If they don't follow the rules, if they flaunt the public health measures, then that will prolong this particular wave of the pandemic.
After Quebec Premier François Legault announced new restrictions in place as of New Year's Eve, including a curfew and restaurant closures, some say these measures and staying home are necessary, while others say it's concerning.
I don't think there was any other way to get out of this, because if you look at the projections, if this continues for much longer, we will eventually, or not eventually, we will very shortly overwhelm the healthcare system and make it so that if you get sick, you won't have a bed if you need it.
As for restaurants, dining rooms are closing till further notice, but takeout still permitted.
We are very afraid of what will come for the next few weeks. We believe that closing our dining room is the worst of the situation. We just hope that there will be compensation for the food that we will give. We won't lose it. We will give it to employees, or we'll give it to food banks or to charities. But we will need to have some compensation on that.
Our charter that protects our rights does allow the government to restrict it if they do so in a way that's reasonable and justified.
Some online say they aren't happy about the new restrictions. One person saying, "We tried this already twice, it's not working," while others are for the measures. Another saying, "We need to help our system and do our part." 100% agree. For the curfew, if you're out between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and do not have a letter from your employer, one can be fined $1,000 to $6,000, an extreme measure, Legault says, for an extreme situation.
We're not going to ticket our way out of the pandemic. I know that Quebec has relied on fines and sort of a law enforcement approach a fair bit during the pandemic, and I don't think it's been successful from a public health perspective. I don't think that you convince people to obey the rules by putting those kinds of measures in place. But I guess we'll see sort of how enforcement goes.
Your goal is really to stay home, to limit your contacts with other people, because this is still a virus that spreads person to person. So if you don't come into contact with other people, your risk of getting COVID is essentially zero.
In Montreal, Pamela Pagano, City News.